Almost 90% increment. Apanini. Enti, me catch us say, Anna, me we yano. Na areho atia gumiso. Atia gumiso, I say we there. What's here say?
Okay.
Say Ghana, who say what the program say, ba. Now,
let's quickly move to the budget. I want to say 3 things about the budget and I'll let you come in. Now, last year, oh Simon, you are welcome. Last year, Akufo-Addo was being crucified for using 300 million as that being the budget for Office of the Government Machinery. So we've thought that the people who had crucified Akufo-Addo, when they came to power, they will come and do better. Just for the budget to be read yesterday. And in the budget that was read, we realized that some weird allocations were made, which includes 2.7 billion Ghana cedis. 2.7 billion Ghana cedis, which has been allocated for Office of Government Machinery. 2.7 billion. For the sake of our friends who are outside the country, I want to convert the 2.7 billion into dollars for them, so they have a proper appreciation of how much we are talking about. So you have to divide it by 16, and that is going to be 168,750,000 US dollars. So almost 170 million US dollars is what NDC has budgeted as money they are going to spend on Office of Government Machinery. Auntie Sena says, hey, yeah, and let me show it to you, maybe in case you think I'm lying. As I told you, I've been going through the budget, For me, I have that time. Is it here? Good. Is here. Is here. So that is it here. Let's watch it. That's the first thing there at the top. So this is from the budget, okay? It's from the budget. It's from the budget. So have you seen it there? Office of Government Machinery. Compensation of employees. You see it there? Number 1. Follow it. That is how much? 2.7 billion Ghana cedis. And if you want to convert this into dollars, obviously you divide it by 16, okay, and so you find that 170 million US dollars is what they intend to spend at the Office of Government. And you know where that is? That's presidency. If you don't know what Office of Government Machinery is, it is presidency. Simple and short. Presidency, where Mahama is. Sometime last year, in November, getting towards the end of November, one of the guests on this platform came and said that if NPP manages to lose in the election, NDC will come and show Ghanaians how to chop money. That is it. So let me show you quickly how much Akufo-Addo spent last year for this same work that NDC wants to do with 2.7 billion or 170 million. Okay, because we have to be fair. So Akufo-Addo spent almost 19 million US dollars. 19 million US dollars. And when Akufo-Addo spent 19 million US dollars, these NDC guys were saying that it was too much.
GDP no by 5.7. 2024 no or see obetumi aye no 4.4. Apanini ye ko ye cha na se ye ko ye nim.
Council, on this Office of the President budget as compared to Nana Akufo-Addo.
Nana Akufo-Addo there no. One more increase no by 90%. 90%. Who see Nana Akufo-Addo na the staffs bloated. It was around 300 million. Where the natural 2 billion. I had the figures. I wrote it somewhere. Almost 90% increment. Opening. Enti mi kachro say anna mi wie ye no na areho atia gumiso a say we de oti ase
okay
say Ghana who say with the program say ba na mabura nya adwuma ye na who committee 100 million na one office enye ministerial office enye ye minister of state.
Yes. Office of the President.
Office of the President. 70 million. And at the Adibeto Coco, yogurt, insuo, tea roll, and no quite 7 million. Kokanwa, 78 million.
Wow.
Opening is so sad.
Lawyer, who born a tough fan, how would you describe this year budget?
Disaster.
Hey.
Disaster. So when you say, I feel my power, but
now when they come, they will do better. And see where it is now, almost 10 times what Akufo-Addo has spent. Meanwhile, they are telling us that they are using fewer people, but a bigger budget. Now look at the item. There is one thing that I've highlighted yellow. If you can see it, I've highlighted something yellow. All this I've done it myself, right? So look at research department, and this research department is under the Office of Government Machinery. You see, it's yellow. I've highlighted it here, there, yellow. Look at the value. The first value on top, that is for the research department. Sorry, that's for the research department. Look at the money that has been allocated for goods and services. Research department. Yeah, look at the money that has been allocated. 50 million Ghana cedis. 50 million Ghana cedis has been allocated for research at the presidency. What kind of research? Now we those in the university who are carrying out scientific experiment, how much do we use for research? For John Mahama's office to spend 50 million US dollars in just Ghana cedis in just 1 year for research. Let me quickly convert it into dollars for you, so that people abroad can also know what we're talking about. So that is 3.1 million US dollars that they want to use on research. What kind of research? What kind of research that John Mahama wants to carry out in just 1 year, 2025 that they will have to use 3.1 million US dollars for research. Now, look at government communication is the next thing under the research. Look at the money they want to spend. For government communication, to come before the TV to say that, oh, today President Mahama is going to this place. Oh, President Mahama has appointed this person. Someone says separate research. Right? For government communication, they intend to spend 8.8 million Ghana cedis for government communication. For research, they are spending 3.1 million US dollars, okay, or 50 million Ghana cedis for research at the presidency. Then for communication, like what Felix Ofosu-Kwakye does, that President Mahama has appointed so and so to be this. Today, President Mahama is going to Mali. He's going to here. He's going to here. For that one, the budget is how much? 8.8 million Ghana cedis. So let's see. Let's say that's almost 9 million Ghana cedis. So let's see it in dollars. So $562,500 to just tell you that President Mahama has gone to this place. President Mahama is going here. President Mahama has appointed so and so person. What they can do on Facebook, they have budgeted almost $500,000 for that. This is all part of the budget. Charlie, if you want to understand this budget, I've been monitoring some of the lives. I have been monitoring some of the lives. Yes, that's just that I can buy a house in the US. So yeah, I've been monitoring those statements that the finance minister read on the floor. Don't mind those statements. Take the actual budget and go through. You will be shocked. So for the presidency, it's 2.71 billion, and we saw that it was almost around 170 million US dollars that they want to spend. Okay. And then for the communication at the presidency, they want to spend 8.8 million Ghana cedis. For research at the presidency, they are going to spend 50 million Ghana cedis for research. What kind of research it is, you and I cannot tell. Now, the last thing I think I want to mention to you, okay, let's quickly look at how much Okudjeto's office is going to spend in 2025. That is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Look at it. I think it's from the down. It is the third from the down. Okay, they want to Okudjeto's office. So Mr. Oral, his office, they want to spend 1,162,486,887 Ghana cedis at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Okudjeto's office. So let's just say this is around roughly 1.2 billion Ghana cedis. If I want to mention it, the O series there said 1.1 billion is around 11 trillion old currency, I think. I think it's around 11 trillion. No, I think it's around. It should be around 1 trillion or so. 1 trillion old currency. 1 trillion old currency. That is how much Okudjeto's office is going to spend. Let me quickly convert it to you in dollars for you to understand what we are talking about, right? Okay, so divided by 16. So Okudjeto's office in 2025, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has budgeted to use $75 million. $75 million. So Okudjeto's office, and this is for compensation of employees, salary at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. How many embassies do we have? How many people? Yes, so for the $75 million, it is for this is for so-called salaries, and then the next thing is for goods and services, which is 12 million. 12 million goods and service. Yeah, Dr. Tofo, you said foreign ministry is really expensive. It's expensive, and it's 75 million US dollars that they will use in 1 year. 75 million US dollars. Hey, what are we talking about? Now, US, how much are they spending on their foreign missions? That is Ghana for you. And the last thing I want to show you, Madam Mo, thank you for the gift. The last thing I want to show you, I've saved another thing also. I think it's about Green Ghana Day. I think it's somewhere here. Sorry, I didn't have time. I think this was when I took the screenshot and I left to go and watch ball. So sorry, I didn't have time to highlight this one for you. But I think we can. Let me see if I can zoom it in. Yes, let me zoom it in. So let's look at number 15. Okay, number 15. Number 15. Can you see it? Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. I want us to look at some few figures there. So under that we have anti-galamsey operations. Can you see the anti-galamsey operations? Anti-galamsey operations. Okay. So if you trace anti-galamsey operations, look at the amount of money NDC is telling you and I they are going to spend on anti-galamsey operations. So anti-galamsey operations is here. If you trace it, NDC says the goods and services they will need for anti-galamsey operations is 40,360,000 Ghana cedis. Galamsey in 1 year, the things NDC said they will need, goods and services they will need to fight against galamsey in 2025 is 40,360,000 Ghana cedis. Right? That is about how much? 40,360,000. That is about in dollars. That is about 2.5 million US dollars. That is the money they have budgeted to fight galamsey in 2025. I think if this money be spent by December, all our water bodies should become crystal clear. All right, because that's how much they are going to spend. 2.5 million US dollars on fighting galamsey. Now the next thing is a Ghana Green Project. Okay, under the galamsey operation, the same ministry. The next thing right there is a Green Ghana Project, and the Green Ghana Project is for planting trees. Okay, planting trees. Remember SADA? What happened under SADA? All right. Now for this year, for the goods and services for just planting trees the same ministry. Look at the amount of money they were going to use to plant trees. 20 million Ghana cedis. 20 million Ghana cedis is the amount of money they are budgeted under goods and services to use to plant trees. As the days go by, I will bring you more in the budget. But remember that there is a total freeze on employment in the public sector. Whilst they have announced this freeze in the employment in the public sector, they are employing their party folks. If you have an ID card, you have a party ID card, you are the girlfriend of a big man in the NDC, you are the side chick of a big man in the NDC, you are a slay queen, and you are known by NDC leaders, you can still go for an appointment. If you are the common floor member, like myself, like the people who are ready to die for the NDC, the people who will come on people's live and come and insult, because no NDC big man will come on this live and insult.